Hi guys, welcome to isweariamstitching. This is Sarah. I am Sarah. This is episode number 34. This is a YouTube video about stitching mainly. That's my main hobby, but I also quilt and knit. There's no knitting, even though after watching Candace K, my knitting bug spiked very little. I really need to finish my nephew's sweater vest. And hearing and seeing Candace K talk about all the pretty things she plans to knit and her yarns, I gotta get that done. Maybe I'll make that my work project the next few weeks, since I'll be working on my Nefertiri for my birthday and the rest of the month. And I do not want to take a HAED to work. Decisions. I hear a child moving upstairs. It is pumpkin spice season, you guys, and I am that bitch. I am that basic bitch. This, though, is from our local, it's like 25 minutes away, coffee shop, and it's pumpkin pie latte, and it tastes more like pumpkin pie.
Oh, you almost fell. I saw that.
I'm making a video. I told you. Do you want to be in it? Say hi.
Hi.
At least you're wearing pants.
Well, on the bright side, I'm leaving, so.
Okay. That's one of my kids. And I'm self-conscious talking in front of him, so I'm going to hold off until that child leaves the room. Where are you going?
I have to go pick up my pre-calc book.
Okay.
They just arrived. Bye. Bye.
Okay, did you take your note?
What note?
For,
oh, yeah.
Okay. Bye. Love you.
Love you.
Sorry. A little bit of a domestic life there for you. It's my 17-year-old. She, all her classes this semester are online college classes, so she's home all the time. But she just had to go pick up her pre-calc book that finally arrived for the pre-calculus class she's taking. Anyways, that was a fun little diversion. Okay, so again, Flosstube stitching. Sometimes I knit, sometimes I quilt. I did a fair amount of quilting on my son's quilt this past week, but it was mainly just making the little blocks to make the bigger blocks, so I'm not going to show those. I'll show them when they're made into the bigger blocks. Okay, so let's jump right into the stitching. Well, actually, I do have one FFO, and it is sewing related. So I joined the Allison Glass and Goode, I can't say his name, Gooch. I don't know, mini series. I joined that, and this is what they look like. They're little FPP, which is I love to do mini blocks. And one of my favorite quilts is an Allison Glass pattern that I did a while ago, so I thought this would be fun. So I sat at my sewing machine to try. I only have 2 of the series right now. I have series 2 and 3, so the middle and bottom, still have to buy the top series. So I thought I'm going to sit down and I'm going to give it a try for practice. So I wanted to start with triangle geese because it's pretty, and I have a bunch of Allison Glass scraps, and I was gonna use that in a gray background because gray's my favorite. And when I sat at my sewing machine to start it, my brain just could not understand what to do. I've done FPP before, I know how it works. My brain was like, no, we can't do this. We don't want to do this. I don't know if it's because it's itty bitty FPP. I don't know. It's just foundation paper piecing where you sew on the paper. So, like right as I was getting down on myself, my bonus child sent us a text that she has created a crane army. She and updated her crane army. She makes little mini origami cranes at college to help her through the stress and keep her hands busy because she can't knit during lectures because her knitting's too big. She's making a blanket. I taught her how to knit. Anyways, so she sent that, and I was like, you know what? I know there's an FPP pattern for a crane. So I found a free one. It's literally, I have no reference to who made it. It's just free online pattern. And I used some leftover fabric, and most of her cranes are blue and pink because she makes them as sticky notes, and her sticky notes are blue and pink. So I whipped her up a little crane pillow. It's literally about that big. I don't have it because I mailed it off to her. I wanted her to get it ASAP along with a little Baby Yoda Pez dispenser I found at the store while I was shopping because she loves Baby Yoda. But look how cute that is. Well, my pillow is not, it's not my best stuffing job, but you know, she's not gonna care. Isn't that cute? I love it. This, because the way it's stuffed, it looks like on the bottom wings, like it's not so sharp like you usually get with FPP, but it is. It's just bent and forward, and I used my little Wild Violet, no, Violet Craft roller on it since it's small, and I much prefer ironing. I don't feel like I get any crispness with that, but it was small and I didn't want to whip out my iron. So anyways, so I was super proud of that. And maybe, oh, I see there's a thread right there I should have clipped. Well, like I said, she's not going to care. But I wanted her, we're seeing her this weekend for Mothman. I wanted her to get it before we go, so I mailed it yesterday, right away, and I'm hoping she gets it before we pick her up on Friday. And it's my first bit of college mail I'm sending her, and I don't know. I want her to have it. So I thought maybe that would get me in the mood to try the Alice in Glass, and it didn't. So that officially started this week, and I honestly don't know if I'm gonna do it. I own the patterns. I paid to be part of the sew along. It's only $10. So eventually I will make those, but I don't know if I'll do it at all during the time frame of the sew along. My brain was not having it with that itty bitty FPP. Anyways, so that's my sewing, and that's my only FFO. Now I'm on to whips. So I told you guys last week that I joined Fandom Stitching on Facebook. They are super nice. It is a super nice group, you guys. And we voted on next year's theme, and there's like 9 choices or something. And I'll be okay with all of them except Supernatural because I've not seen that show, but I guess if we're doing a watching challenge, I guess I'll watch it. And DC is not my favorite. I much prefer Marvel, so if we get DC, that's okay. I like a fair amount of DC. And then, but I voted for Studio Ghibli because I love Studio Ghibli. My kids love Studio Ghibli. My son's favorite movies are Studio Ghibli. My daughter's favorite movie, one of her favorite movies is probably Howl's Moving Castle. My favorite Studio Ghibli is, oh, I can't say it. Let me see if I can get pronounced on the internet. Okay. See if the internet will say it for me. Okay, see if you can hear it. Okay.
Princess Mononoke.
There you go, Princess Mononoke. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Studio Ghibli, but I can't say it. Anyways, okay. So that's what I voted for. So it should be fun to see what we're doing next year. But this year it's Star Wars. I'm Team Bounty Hunter. Yay! This is the way. And so a lot of things I worked on this week were for the weekly challenges. The weekly challenges, put 200 stitches in on something. There's 5 different challenges. So it was nice to whip out some things and chip away at them, 200 stitches at a time. It's good motivation to get some stuff done. Next week and the rest of the month. So for the weekly challenges, 200 stitches is considered General Leia. 50 stitches is Princess Leia. So for the next, after my birthday, so starting Monday, I will do Princess Leia tier, where I'll just do 50 stitches because I want to focus mainly on my Nefertiri. So, with that being said, here's my whips. So the first one is, what is this? Get that print out for you. It is the Move Forward in Love. By Modern Folk Embroidery, and this is what it's going to look like. I was so happy to get some more work on this. And this is on a 32 count Lugana in Harvest by Color and Cotton, and this week I did not iron my stuff like I did last week because I ironed a bunch of my son's blocks that I worked on, and then I put my iron away and I didn't feel like getting it out again. So smooth it out. All right, so that's what I got so far. So I was able to finish with the challenges, the yellow stripe, and make a good chunk on that orange stripe. So yeah, and I'm trying to find ways to incorporate this into more challenges as they come along, because it's really at least this part is like, you know, mindless fill-in basically. So it's kind of, I don't want to say therapeutic, but it's calming, it's relaxing, because it's just, you know, a lot of big chunks of color, and these will be little chunks of color. And then once I get here, that'll be fun. But obviously not as mindless. So that was my move forward in love by Modern Folk Embroidery. And this time I remember that my cord is right here. So I'm throwing these on that side. Oh, I made that. I don't know where I don't have the names for all my bags. I have some bags I bought, but most of the bags I made, and I just make easy zip top ones. I don't do anything fancy. Inside my bats. I love that fabric. It's sparkly. Not sparkly, it's shiny. It's got the silver metallic. And then my next project, this I can tell you is from the Black Needle Society. It's one of my favorite bags. That's my favorite part of Thriller, obviously, is when Vincent Price does a little monologue. And this is, okay, I don't have my cover photo printed out for this one, but I'm sure you've all seen Halloween at Hawker and Hollow. This is on 18 count Ada and Ashen Tan by To Die For fabric. I know I say it every time, and I wish you guys could really see how pretty this fabric is, but I'm working on my second witch, and I've named my witches. That one's Carlita, and this one's Maeve. So I'm working on Maeve, working my way up. This is also a very addicting pattern to stitch. It's so beautiful. And every time I start it, I feel like I'm doing it wrong because it's 1/1, and I'm so not used to 1/1 still. But I'm having more projects on 1/1, doing more projects 1/1, so I'm getting more comfortable with it. I mean, you have to understand, when I started stitching when I was like 8, it was all 14 count and used 3 strands. So, bless you. And, you know, so you got big, chunky, thick stitches. And then when I started, I quit stitching because I had my son, and I dropped needles, and I was afraid as a little baby, he would crawl and stab himself or swallow a needle. So I didn't stitch for like 5 years or something. And on and off, maybe something small. So then when I came back to it, it was 2 strands on most stuff. And I liked the coverage. I don't mind, like on the black, you can see some of the fabric through it. That doesn't bother me. I don't mind that. But then going to 1 strand, and then a couple years later, I learned about loop start, and that just changed my world. So going to 1 still feels a little weird because my little 8-year-old to 20, when did I have my son when I was like 20, how old was I? I was born in 2004. So I was 23, whatever. So from 8 to like 23, I was solid 3 strands. That's a lot of years to stitch one way, and then after that it was like 10 years of 2 strands. Anyways, so it still feels weird, but I'm getting used to it. And it is neat how much lighter the threads can look with just 1 strand compared to 2 on a big, I don't know what I'm saying, guys. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, there's Maeve. Hi, how are you guys doing today? Did I say hi? Did I thank you guys for coming? Thank you for coming. Thanks for giving me a try. Thanks for coming back for more. Thanks for sending me some fantastically kind comments. Holy crap, you guys are the nicest. I get maybe one kind of rude comment every couple months, so awesome. Those are good stats. All right, so then my next whip is, oh, there we go. Oh. This is also my whip go number 22 for the month. I've worked on it, including today, 6 days. So 4 more days. I can knock out 4 more days for my birthday. I want to get this. I only have one 11 by 11 Q snap. I need another one because I really hate switching my Q snaps all the time. I have 2 8 by 8s, one 11 by 17, one like 4 by 4, which I don't use. That thing's so small, it's pointless. But or 6 by 6. I think it's 6 by 6. But I hobbled together my 17 and my 6 to make a long one to hold a piece that I haven't worked on in a while. And then one 11 by 11. Anyways, the point is I hate switching my Q snaps all the time, so I need another 11 by 11. But as of right now, I don't have a second one, so I need to finish my Whip Go Chatelaine so I can have this 11 by 11 for my Nefertiri on Monday. So, this is still my Q snap, obviously. This is my Chatelaine. It is on a 32 count vintage country mocha Lugana, and I understand now why everyone and their grandmother's mother's mother has stitched on vintage country mocha, because it's the perfect sandy brown color and it's so easy to stitch on. It's just lovely. But anyways, using the called for colors, DMC fancy flosses. I don't understand what the big deal is about Gloriana, you guys. It feels like every other silk I've ever used. I don't know why it's such... I don't get the hype over certain expensive silks, because honestly, this feels like using dinky dyes. It feels like using bestitchme. It feels like using any other silk I've used. I mean, silk is not my favorite to begin with, but it the same. But it's beautiful, but so are other silks I've used. So are all the overdyed. I have not used an overdyed floss of any kind, silk or cotton, that has not been beautiful. Anyways, there it is. It doesn't look like much, but holy freaking shit, there are a lot of 1/1. So many 1/1s. And the silk, it's not too bad. And the metallic, it's awful. I thought for like the metallic in the fishies, it really sparkles though. Can you see that sparkle? I was gonna do half crosses, and I started that way, and I feel like I couldn't see the sparkle, so I went back and did full crosses. So the 1/1 metallic, I will continue with full crosses. God, I don't know if you guys will be able to see just how ugly my stitching is, and all those tiny little 1/1s. Man, yeah, so 4 more days on this and I can put it away, and I cannot wait for that middle section to be done, and so I can branch out and get all the beautiful stuff around it. I mean, like I said, it's gonna be gorgeous once it's filled in. It has all those beads and it's sparkly, but it is a bitch to stitch. I am telling you what. And then this another, no, it's not in that. It is in a project bag a friend gave me, but it's way over there. It's my first ever project bag. I'll get it. She made it for me. Oh my god, so many years ago. It's got all my threads on it. Like, it's my first ever bag. My first ever project bag. Before I even knew you could buy project bags on the online. This is what my friend made me. And it's bigger than most of my other ones. So it's holding my Chatelaine, which I'll put over there. Oh, when it's done, let me show it what it looks like when it's done. Just so you can see just how little I've actually accomplished on it. Okay. So I'm doing that middle section, that itty bitty middle section. This thing's gonna take me forever. But it's going to be beautiful, and I'm going to love it, and when it's done, it'll probably be one of my favorite pieces. But right now, I'm kind of sick of it. But I got 4 more days to go on it. And then my last whip, I believe, yeah, the Pride Chatelaine Hawk Run No, I have 2 more. Let me get it out. I swivel to my drawer that holds all of my. There we go. Okay. This is in the bag I got in the Stitch Me Outer Space box. I've showed it before. I love it because I love space. But I kind of wish this more garish fabric was the inside fabric and this beautiful fabric on the inside was the outside. That's beautiful. So this is my Zelda wreath. Ooh. I almost made it without knocking that over. Let's see. So this is my Zelda wreath that I'm stitching with Total Stitchshow Steph. Sorry, I was writing down that I mentioned her so I can give her the proper link. So this is what it'll look like. You know, it's deceiving. It doesn't look like it's that much stitching, but holy crap, it's really dense. So there's Princess Zelda and Link in their little Christmas costumes. And then I was happy to use this for multiple fandom stitching challenges, and I got a good chunk done. This is on, what is this on? 18 count Ada and khaki. There he is. There's a little Santa Link. And I got the Triforce done, and the rupee done, and a bunch of the filling in of the wreath. Yeah, nothing special there. I really like the way the rupee looks. I don't know why. But yeah, I have all this fabric. I want to cut it, but I'm so paranoid. I want to make sure I get... I'm paranoid. You guys, seriously, look at... I could cut it. I think I'll be fine cutting it. I think I'll be okay cutting it. I hate cutting fabric, because what if I mess it up? I know, it's stupid. I need to cut it, because shoving it into a Q-snap and trying to get all the extra fabric into the grime guard is a bitch. And then my final one is one I started specifically for a challenge on fandom stitching. Well, I was gonna start it because the prompt was to stitch something with an egg. I'm like, I don't have any eggs on it. And I was like, well, you know, I do have the Bird Keeper by the Good Huswife. And I was like, oh, do I really want to start something? I'm trying to get through things and get through my whip go so I can start my HAED. So I hemmed and hawed, and literally the next day, Resting Jen Face on Instagram. I gotta write that down if I mentioned her. I don't know. If you want to check her out on Instagram. Posted the progress picture of it, and I was like, you know what? It's a sign. I gotta do it. I gotta start her. So I did, and she is so addicting. I do not want to stop stitching her. She goes so fast. I just love it so much. So, and I'll show you why I make working copies of everything. Because this is the working copy cover. So now that I have ink, I'm printing the cover so I can show you and I don't have to whip out my iPad all the time. But I spilt water all over my pattern. Can you tell, like, the watermark? And then the actual pattern's got big water stains on it. This is why I make working copies, because I am a menace to my patterns. So look at her. See her eggs? Boop, boop. Oh, I love her so much. She's so weird. And she calls for MPI silk. I don't have MPI silk. I'm not buying MPI silk. So I'm doing the DMC conversions, except for the birds. I decided to do fancy floss. So for the birds, which are mainly like red and oranges, I'm using this red Threadworks. One of my favorite classic colorworks, Sassy Brass. You'll see it in the wing. And then Weeks Dye Works, Carolina Cecile. Because I need to use up my fancy flosses. They're just sitting there and not getting used. So that's what I got so far. Oh, it's so addicting. Look at that pretty hen. Oh. The threadworks is not, it's not variegated, but the sassy brass is, and you can see it in the wing. Oh, I love it so much. So addicting. When I put everything away and just focus on Nefertiri, when I need a break from that, I'm gonna stitch on her because I want her done. She is so much fun to stitch. Oh, so much fun to stitch. And I can't remember when I first saw this pattern. I think it was 5 years ago. It was a long time ago. I saw it on Emily C. Eclectic Possessions Flosstube, like way back in the day. And I immediately had to go find it. I can't remember where I got it, but I had to hunt it down and get it. She did that to me twice. I also had to hunt down that one. Now I know for sure I got that one on eBay. To Follow You, I'm Not Content. How do I Know Which Way You Went? I can't remember who it's by. And you probably can't see it very well, but she also did that. So I had to immediately hunt that down and get it. She's been enabled me for many a year. So I love those birds. I cannot wait to stitch that orangey, lighter orangey bird. I cannot wait. So yeah, so this is gonna be my, when I get sick of doing the HAED of stitching a bazillion stitches and seeing no progress because it's gonna be all black, and when I need a little bit of something. That's why I'm thinking of taking my knitting to work. The vest, because if I don't take the vest, it'll be this to work, which is in a bestitchme bag. Nope, Black Needle Society bag. So that's that. I thought I lost my train of thought. So plans. Monday, I hope, Monday's my birthday, and I really hope I can get started on this because it's my birthday. I'm sending my kid out to get me coffee from our favorite shop. I should go with her and get gelato. It's a gelato coffee shop. They also make paninis. Oh my gosh, just the best. Anyways. And then my friend is coming over to watch as many episodes as there are, or that we can stomach, of C, the last season of C. And then my husband's gonna pick us up Chipotle for dinner or Pizza Hut. I haven't decided. Either way, I'll get a Chipotle bowl and eat this much of it, or I'll get a pizza and have one slice. But I'm not sure if I'll have time to stitch. I know I can stitch while watching C, but we get so into it that I can't really. The most I've ever been able to do is stitch, knit part of a sock. Like a straight leg, like not having to look down, because I can, knit in the round, stockinette without looking. So I'm fairly certain I can't do any stitching. So I really hope I can get a start on her. I don't work Monday, obviously, so maybe I'll stay up till midnight on Sunday and start her. We'll see. But my plans are to start my Nefertiri from HAED. I meant to write down the artists and I didn't. And look how gorgeous she is. Oh my God, aren't you just in love with her? Look at those colors and her eyes. She's so majestic. Oh, I love her so much. But we're gonna start, so you can see right there at the very top, all that black. After talking to some friends, I think I'm gonna, instead of starting in the corner like usual, I'm gonna start right in the middle and get a, oh, she's gone. Get a chunk of that black done. Come on, Nefertiri. Yeah, so get a chunk of that black done. And then moving over that both ways to get some of the color. So that's my plans. Super excited. And then let's see what else. Haul. So stuff from Expo has started to ship, and wasn't big on a lot of the patterns that were released. I liked like 4 or 5. And then this is one from Heartstring Samplery, Scary Sampler, that I looked at and then glossed over real quick because it's got a house on it. I just don't like stitching houses for the most part. But then I went back, like a few days later, I was looking at it, and I was like, is that Death Star? And I looked and I was like, that's a snake from Beetlejuice? And is that the Weeping Angel from Doctor Who? And I was like, holy shit, those numbers are lost numbers. And then I noticed the aliens. I was like, okay, yeah, that's mine. Because it's got, look at that. It's not going to focus because, you know, I don't know how technology works. But it's got, I'll read you the back. So it's got a lot of book references that I would not get off the top of my head. But the TV show and movie, I'm like, yes, I get that. Okay, so I'll show you. Dun, dun, dun. Let me read to you lovely people. Bleak House by Charles Dickens is the quote. I've not read that one. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the number 42, which must be why it's circled. I read that. Jane Eyre, I've not read that. It's The House. Wuthering Heights, I'm currently reading. That's The Figure in the Window, which is Kathy's ghost. The Island of Dr. Moreau, it's A Human and Dog Skeletons. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens is Cemetery Tombstones. Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets is The Willow Tree. Which, okay. And then these are the ones that got me because they were, you know, obvious kind. Some are obvious and some are not. And the ones that aren't obvious, I also love the references. Beetlejuice is the snake, sandworm. I'm making my kids watch that for Halloween. Jurassic Park 3 is the flock of pterosaurs. Close Encounters of the Third Kind is the alien head seed pods. Star Wars New Hope is the moon/Death Star. Men in Black is the roach on the tree. Stranger Things is the flower in the border. It's the Demogorgon head, which I totally see now, but when I'm first looking, I just thought they were pretty flowers. And then Lost is a series of numbers. X-Files is the shovel in hand. From the episode Home. Have you seen that episode? That is the most creepiest episode. I swear to God, that's the worst. That's not the worst. There's some bad episodes. I love X-Files. Love it, love it. But holy crap, that's a rough one. Fringe is a seahorse on headstone. I never watched Fringe. Doctor Who is the Weeping Angel. And then Star Trek, the original series, is the Black Cat from Cat's Paw. I would have never have guessed that for Star Trek, but how much do I love that they had a Star Trek reference, because I love Star Trek. It's my favorite fandom. So I got that. I ordered it from Top Knot Stitcher. That's the only thing I ordered from Expo. I just had to have it because of those references. And then I got one of my last bestitchme boxes for a while, and I usually get the Epic, but this time I went with the Deluxe, which I'm sad about because I should have gone balls to the wall and got Epic, but Deluxe is beautiful. First things first is another 11 by 11 Q-Snap. This Ocean box. I don't know if I said that. Ocean Deluxe from bestitchme. But this one I also need another 11 by 11 because I have another Q-Snap ground guard, but it has these really pretty, like, look, turtles on it. Can you hear my doggy snoring? My old lady dog. And then I gotta make sure some of these things, okay, so I really meant to message her before the box shipped to not send me floss drops because I don't really use them. They're pretty, and I do like that. You can't tell, they're a really pretty pink color, but it's all washed out. I don't use floss drops. I mean, sometimes I use them so rarely that I don't need a lot. So I'll probably just give these away or send them to someone. Or break them, you know, hey, whatever. Okay, so then this pretty needle minder of her logo. Represent. And then counting pins. Oh, that's by Bar Design, B-A-R. These are also by Bar Design, the counting pins. They are very freaking sharp. And they're very pretty. Like, super pretty. Oh, so pretty. You know what? I'm right back. I feel like I ditch you guys at least once a video. But I got this pin cushion at QuiltCon. Oh my God, so many years ago. She's a little dusty. See the pin cushion? I got that from QuiltCon. Don't actually use her as a pin cushion because she's so pretty. It came with those pins in it. I want to add. Ooh, I'm gonna add these to her. I know they're not. Oh, I'm not using those counting pins. I'm gonna have them in here as show-off pins because they are pretty. There we go. I think it matches the blue. I think that works. All right. And then this is also from Bar Designs. This is a Frogger, which I just use the needle I'm stitching with the frog. If it's not very many, if it's a lot of stitches, I also use a seam ripper. I don't know how everyone else does it. That's how I do it. But this is so cute. I love pink and brown. It's classic combo, and that cute little dolphin. I may take that off the needle, put it on my keychain, or put it on a bag. Oh, that's pretty. And I love that it's like brass. Oh, the turtle. It's so pretty. But yeah, I probably won't use it for a frogging tool. I'm actually gonna stick it into my old lady, my pincushion lady's head until I figure out what I want to do with it. Let's see what else. Oh wait, maybe this is the needle minder from Bar. Maybe we got 2 needle minders. That's cute. Little shell. Yeah, so I don't know which one's by Bar. Probably this one. B-A-R. 2 needle minders. The counting pins came in this cool little thing that I'm going to use for needles in my purse. Speaking of needles, we got some 26 Bowens, which I am actually very low on because I break them a lot because they're so small. So, is it 26s I'm low on? This is my needle book. I made this forever ago. It's just, you know, got the felt inside. I keep my basting needles in the front and my beading needles in the back. And then I have size 24, 26, 20, no, it's 28 that I'm low on. Well, okay, well, 26, I use 26 and 28 the most, so it's still good to have extra needles. And then her gorgeous silks, because Brandy is, once again, a dying genius. I say it every time, and I mean it every time. This is Shimmer. I'm gonna save this one for last. It's my favorite. This is Reef. So I showed you Shimmer and Reef. This is Shoreline. That's pretty. Ride the Wave. And this one's my favorite. Oh, Deep Blue. That is just washed out. It is like this tealy, bright blue gorgeousness. And then, of course, the piece de resistance is the fabrics. I went with 32 count Lugana, and I only went with 1/8 yard, and you know, I regret it because these are beautiful and I wish I had bigger pieces. So we have Shimmer, which is like purpley gray blue, purpley gray. Then we have, oh, this is gorgeous, Wave. This one, I cannot wait to put something on this. Sandbar. Oh, so pretty. Oh. And then this really pretty darker one, which is Aquarius, which is not that color on my screen. Whatever. So yeah, that's my Bestitch Me box. I really wanted the coffee one. I didn't get the coffee one. I really wanted Halloween. I didn't get the Halloween because, you know, you can't buy everything you want. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. Wish I could. Oof. So that's my last Bestitch Me box for a while, sadly. And then that's all for my haul. Oh, except for I got the mini-series quilts I showed you guys that I might not do. So what's next? Oh, a reminder about the giveaway. I gave away the Buttons and Beads by Mill Hill Autumn Series Outdoor Adventure. I said I was going to cut a piece of perforated paper to send with it. Turns out I can't find my perforated paper. I have no clue where it went, so I will not be sending perforated paper with it. But the winner was Johnny Barton. Johnny, please message me on Instagram, Eat My Oxygen, or send me an email, isweariamstitching@gmail.com with your address, and I'll ship it out. I'll give you a couple more weeks, and if I don't hear anything, I'll draw another name. That's it. Plans? My birthday's Saturday. No, my birthday's not Saturday. My birthday's Monday. And then Saturday, we'll be going to Mothman, the Mothman Festival in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Looking forward to that. That's it, really. Not a lot going on. Same old, same old. Kids are in school. I'm at work. Dog's doing fine. Husband's doing okay. So with that, I'll leave you guys. Thanks for stopping by, and have a good week.